Patrick Star, the goofy, clueless best friend of SpongeBob SquarePants. For over 2 decades, he's been portrayed as the town idiot of Bikini Bottom, the lazy, overweight, pink starfish who doesn't have a single brain cell in his head. But here's the real question. Is Patrick actually dumb? Or is that just what Nickelodeon wants us to believe? Because if you look closely at certain episodes, Patrick Star isn't just a fool. In fact, he shows intelligence, strategy, even wisdom that rivals or sometimes surpasses SpongeBob himself. So today, we're diving deep into the truth about Patrick. Is he really as stupid as he seems? Or is there a hidden side of him that we've been missing all along? From the very beginning of SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick has been painted as the comic relief. He lives under a rock, he sleeps all day, he doesn't have a job, and most of his decisions are, let's just say, questionable. Some classic examples: in Big Pink Loser, he tries to copy SpongeBob at work and fails at literally everything, even walking through a door. In I'm with Stupid, he pretends to be even dumber than usual just to impress his fake parents. And in dozens of episodes, he eats random objects, forgets basic facts about life, or accidentally sabotages SpongeBob's plans. This is the Patrick that Nickelodeon wants you to see, the lovable, lazy, brainless starfish. But here's the thing, this image doesn't always hold up, because sometimes Patrick surprises us. Let's start with Patrick Smartpants. In this episode, Patrick falls off a cliff and accidentally swaps brains with a jar of advanced intelligence. Suddenly, Patrick becomes articulate, logical, even philosophical. He debates science with Sandy, plays the clarinet with Squidward, and leaves SpongeBob speechless. Now, of course, this episode is meant as a joke. The idea of Patrick being smart is funny because it's the complete opposite of what we expect. But here's the catch. If Patrick was truly incapable of intelligence, why was his body able to function perfectly with that brain? It suggests that deep down, Patrick does have the capacity for higher thought, he just doesn't use it. Another great example, No Nose Nose. Patrick gets surgery to have a nose and suddenly develops an incredibly sharp sense of smell. Instead of being careless, he becomes disciplined, obsessed with cleanliness, and starts lecturing others about hygiene. This shows us that Patrick isn't incapable of learning new habits. He can adapt, he can evolve, and let's not forget the secret box. Patrick has a mysterious box that SpongeBob desperately wants to open. SpongeBob tries everything, tricks, manipulation, even begging, but Patrick outsmarts him every single time. In the end, the secret is just a piece of string, or is it? Some fans believe this is proof that Patrick is far more cunning than he appears. He knows how to control SpongeBob, how to build suspense, and how to keep a secret when it really matters. Patrick also has moments of surprising strategy. In Survival of the Idiots, SpongeBob and Patrick sneak into Sandy's tree dome during hibernation. Patrick is the one who repeatedly comes up with plans to mess with Sandy, even though it's dangerous. Sure, the plans are reckless, but they show initiative. In the Fry Cook Games, Patrick competes against SpongeBob in an Olympic-style contest. And guess what? Patrick wins several events, not through dumb luck, but by using SpongeBob's weaknesses against him. For example, in the weightlifting competition, Patrick chooses ice cream cones as his weights, knowing SpongeBob will be distracted. That's not stupidity, that's manipulation. Even in Krusty Towers, Patrick manages to outsmart Mr. Krabs by demanding free services as a guest. He uses the hotel rules to his advantage, showing that he understands systems when it benefits him. Here's where it gets even weirder. Patrick sometimes delivers lines that sound surprisingly wise. Think about this. In Nature Pants, when SpongeBob decides to leave society and live with the jellyfish, Patrick gives a heartfelt speech. You can't just leave your friends and everything you've ever known behind. What if you need to come home? That's not stupidity, that's emotional intelligence. In Big Pink Loser, after failing repeatedly, Patrick says, "I guess I'll never be successful." This line, although played for laughs, is incredibly relatable. It's the fear of failure that every human has. And in Patrick Smartpants, one of his quotes is almost poetic. "The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma." Yes, it's followed by spilled milk, but still, that's a profound line for someone who's supposed to be stupid. So what's really going on? Why is Patrick sometimes a fool and sometimes a genius? There are a few theories. Selective intelligence, Patrick isn't truly dumb, he's just lazy. He only uses his intelligence when it benefits him directly, like in competitions, arguments, or when protecting his secrets. Key mask of stupidity. Patrick acts dumb on purpose. By pretending to be clueless, he avoids responsibility. No one asks him to get a job, pay bills, or help out in serious situations. It's a defense mechanism to live an easy, carefree life. The starfish brain theory. In real marine biology, starfish don't have brains. They have a nervous system spread across their body. Patrick's intelligence might fluctuate because his biology doesn't work like a human brain. Sometimes the signal is strong and he acts smart. Other times it's weak and he acts dumb. Writer's intent, of course. From a meta perspective, Patrick's intelligence depends on the needs of the episode. If the plot needs him to be dumb, he's dumb. If it needs him to be clever, he's clever. But within the world of Bikini Bottom, that inconsistency itself becomes part of his mystery. Another clue to Patrick's hidden intelligence is his relationship with SpongeBob. Sometimes, Patrick acts as a bad influence, dragging SpongeBob into trouble. But other times, he gives advice that actually helps SpongeBob grow. Why is that important? Because it suggests Patrick knows exactly when to play dumb and when to play smart. He shapes his behavior depending on what SpongeBob needs, or depending on what Patrick wants from SpongeBob. In the secret box, Patrick knows SpongeBob will obsess over the box, and he uses it to control him. In the Fry Cook games, Patrick knows SpongeBob's emotions will get the best of him, and he exploits it to win. Patrick isn't just SpongeBob's best friend. Sometimes he's his rival. Sometimes he's his teacher. Of course, we can't ignore Patrick's darker moments. There are times when he's not just dumb, but cruel. In I'm with Stupid, he humiliates SpongeBob in front of his fake parents. In The Card, he constantly taunts SpongeBob about his rare trading card, almost enjoying his suffering. And in Dumped, Patrick happily takes Gary away from SpongeBob, knowing it's hurting him. These moments make you wonder, is Patrick really too dumb to understand the pain he's causing? Or does he know exactly what he's doing? If it's the latter, then Patrick isn't stupid at all. He's manipulative. He uses his dumb image as a shield to get away with selfish behavior. So, is Patrick Star really dumb? The truth is, it depends on how you look at him. If you only watch the surface-level jokes, he's the idiot of Bikini Bottom. But if you dig deeper, the evidence suggests something more complicated. Patrick isn't truly brainless. He's lazy, selective, sometimes manipulative, and maybe even a little too clever for his own good. In other words, Patrick Star might not be dumb at all. He might just be playing the smartest game of all, pretending to be an idiot so no one ever expects anything from him. At the end of the day, Patrick remains one of the most fascinating characters in SpongeBob SquarePants. Behind his goofy laugh and empty stare lies a mystery that fans are still debating. Is he a fool, or is he secretly a genius? Maybe the answer is both. Patrick represents the side of ourselves that doesn't want to try too hard, that wants life to be easy, that wants to laugh instead of stress. And maybe that's why he resonates so much with us. So the next time you watch SpongeBob, pay close attention, because Patrick Star might just be hiding a lot more than we think. What do you believe? Is Patrick really dumb, or is he secretly the smartest one in Bikini Bottom?